Sometimes when we take photographs, the lens that we have attached to our camera will give us an unwanted effect. Things like barreling, pin cushioning, they're all types of effects that sometimes we may want in the image, other times we don't. What Lightroom has done is provided us with a tool to correct those things that our lens has done to our image. It's known as lens corrections, and it's located in the develop module. It's midway down on the right panel, and it simply is once again another little drop out panel that you have. Now when it initially opens, you'll be given two options, a profile and manual. Now on the profile, it seems like there's really nothing happening there. But once you click enable profile corrections, what happens is it comes alive and it'll tell you the type of lens you used, the type of model it was, and the profile of it. Now if you click on the profile, for example, it tells you that this was a 14 to 24mm lens. And this type of lens is, yes, known for barreling at times, especially when you're shooting ultra wide. If you can't find, it doesn't find your lens, you'll usually be able to find that you'll be able to click up here in the second model and they'll all be listed. Depending whether you're using a Canon, Panax, there'll be a massive list there for you to go through and choose. Now what this actually does is when you have it enabled, it lets you go in and correct. Now if you look very carefully at the image here, when I drag in the distortion, you'll see it will come through and actually start to barrel or pin cushion the image. So I push it right through. See how there's a little bit of movement? And what this is designed to allow you to go into the profile and manually sort of try and make an adjustment to your image to fix it up. And you can also put some vignetting around it, just slightly, depending on the image, how it looks, make it darker, make it lighter, depending. But the real bonus here is this thing called remove chromatic aberration. And that's where we get the little hazy tricolored effects around your image. If you click that on, it will automatically move it from the image. It's one of the new functions with Lightroom 4. It is really good. No more chromatic aberrations in our shots. They're all gone as long as we tick that profile. The other option you have at the top here is manual, and this is really good to understand how this works. For example, if we're looking at this shot of the Treasury at Petra, you can see that, just naturally enough, we're shooting up into the shot's falling backwards. So what we can do is we can go in and manually correct that, straighten that up, so it's the way it looks to the human eye when we see it. And that's where we can come in and we hit the vertical first. And if we drag that vertical, notice I can spin it, or I can spin it the other way. And what I can do is come in and I can straighten it right up. And I can start to stand it up. And we can do this to buildings, we can do it to a lot of things. So we can come in and try and fix the image up and get those walls nearly running straight up and down. We've got distortion here. This is where we can pin cushion it or barrel it if we want to. Give that fisheye effect to the shot if that's what you're after. But we can start to make it create it so it looks a bit more natural than what we saw. Horizontally, we can rotate it as well. We can fix the image right up, square it up. And if you notice that the image is rotating, but we're losing part of that image, that's not a problem. I'll show you a trick to that shortly. We can scale it, make sure it's in line where it should be. We can scale it in and out if we need to. And if you click this constrained crop, that gets rid of all those little edges. So it'll actually make it fit within the photograph. How great is that? And if we come down and we do a comparison before and after, there it is. Look how we've straightened this building up. So you can do this with photographs of buildings, lots of things. Come in here and you can manually control that. It also will give you an option to, oops, I'll just flick through a few of these. It'll also give you the option to do lens vignetting here as well. It's up to you. This image here you can't really see the effects on. If I choose another one, I can show you exactly what it means. You've got the before and after shot. If I come here and apply a fair bit of it, see I've got white on the side, or I can make it black. And the midpoint here just changes where that is. Brings it in, brings it out. So we're only just got it on the edges, or we can bring it right in so it's highlighting the person in the image. So you've got these great tools to use here. It's just up to you to get in there and once again explore the lens correction options that are available to you.